Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway, was directed by Gluck, stars Byrne, Domhnall Gleeson, James Corden, David Oyelowo, and Margot Robbie, and Elizabeth Debicki. And in this movie is the sequel to the first film. B. Thomas and the Rabbits have created a makeshift family, but despite his best efforts, Peter can't seem to shake his mischief reputation. Venturing off the garden, Peter finds himself in a world where his mischief is appreciated. When his family risks everything to come looking for him, Peter must figure out what kind of bunny he really wants to be. When it comes to Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway, I wasn't really looking forward to it that much. I enjoyed the first one. I thought the first one was okay, but rather disappointing at best, and it should have just remained an animated film. But it had a charm, it had some weight, and it wasn't awful. It wasn't one of the worst things I saw in 2018. So the trailers for the sequel, I didn't really laugh. I wasn't impressed. It has the same director, who is a very capable director. Easy A is a good movie, and Friends with Benefits was a good movie. And I actually one of the few people who enjoyed the 2014 annual remake that he directed. It's not better than the original by any means necessary, but I don't think it's one of the worst pieces of crap ever. Which is why it kind of pains me to say that Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway, is a bit of a mixed bag. There's some good things in here, and then there's a lot of things I don't like. First, let's get into the good things. Easily the best thing that is good about this movie is the voice cast. James Corden might not have been my number one choice for Peter Rabbit, but he does a good enough job in the role. I also enjoyed the voice acting of David Oyelowo and Margot Robbie and Elizabeth Debicki. And Cottontail does get replaced this time by Amy Horn. Initially was Daisy Ridley, but she did not want to come back. So she said no to a project for it, but the voice acting is really good here. It's still fun. I still like the rabbits. They still have a lot of charm to them, and it's still a lot of fun to see them on screen. And the live action cast, I think, does a good job for what they give. David Oyelowo as the villain, Byrne, and Domhnall Gleeson, I think they are very good in their roles as well. Everyone in the cast is very good. Also, I'd say the cinematography work and the direction by Gluck is still relevant, it's still very fun, it's still very aspect, and I did laugh at a lot of the moments in here, and I laughed at a lot of parts in this movie, and I had a fun time watching this by myself. I wasn't really offended, I wasn't really angered, I wasn't really frustrated, but it wasn't really that much else that I hated. And I will say the score is also very good. The score is whimsical, it's charming, it's very fun, it's very light, it's very easy to take in. So you know what kind of movie you're getting yourself into here. Unfortunately, that's all my issues here, because I will say the story is my biggest issue. I like this whole idea with Peter Rabbit. I don't mind an idea of a character having to choose what kind of person he wants to be. It's been done before, it's been done again, but the problem here is that it fits more for an animated movie more than it does for a 93-minute long film. And for a 93-minute long movie, it does get a little bit slow, and it does get very draggy at points. It feels increasingly draggy. And I'm not saying you have to be a drama or epic, but it does have this little confusion where it's a mix of tones, where 1 minute it wants to be funny and 1 minute it tries to be an emotional, sentimental kids movie like Pixar. You have to pick one and run with it, and that's what I feel like they kind of really struggle with in their inner struggles. And there were quite a couple moments here where it had, like, I was sitting there, some of the humor didn't really land, but it wasn't as if it wasn't making me laugh. It was just, that joke wasn't really that much impressive there. The effects here are good still. The animation on the rabbits and their home world is still very whimsical and creative and colorful. It's vibrant. It's a kids movie, so you definitely expect that with Sony Pictures Animation. And Sony Pictures Animation, they've had a very good year so far with the Mischievous versus the Machines, and with Riz Dragon, which I thought Riz Dragon was pretty decent as well. This is the disappointing of the three, but it wasn't really bad, to say. And also, another issue I will say is that I did think this it didn't really do much to justify its existence in terms of a story. I get the story, I get the appeal of Peter Rabbit, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe it should have just been a direct-to-video film or something. Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaway is a fine movie you can watch for your kids. It's nothing offensive, it's nothing bad. It is one of the better family-friendly films that your kids can watch, just like Raya and the Last Dragon, The Mitchells vs. the Machines. It isn't a complete disaster by any means, but this is a primary example of a sequel that just wasn't really worth it. It still has some good things going for it, but I would say if it's not really anything to rush out, so I will say you can rent this one from Redbox. That was my short little mini review for Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaway. In the comment section down below, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Or are you somewhere right in the middle? Be sure to like this video. Be sure to comment down below your thoughts. Be sure to share this with your friends, because it does help with the algorithm going on. And also be sure to subscribe button and notification bell to get notified for more stuff like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.